I woke up at 2 in the morning and reached across the bed. Empty. Again. This was the fourth time in 2 weeks that I'd woken up to find my wife Melissa gone. The sheets on her side were cold. She'd been gone for a while. I sat up and listened. No sound from the bathroom. No light under the door. No noise anywhere in the house. Just silence. I checked my phone. No messages. No missed calls. Nothing. Where was she? The first time it happened, 3 weeks ago, I'd panicked. Called her phone 20 times. She'd come home at 4 in the morning, looking exhausted. I couldn't sleep, she'd said. Went for a drive. Needed to clear my head. I believed her. Why wouldn't I? We'd been married for 6 years. High school sweethearts. I trusted her completely. The second time, a week later, she'd said the same thing. Insomnia. Needed air. Had to drive around. I'd started to worry then, but I didn't say anything. Didn't want to seem controlling or paranoid. The third time, I pretended to be asleep when she left. Heard her get dressed in the dark. Heard her car start. Heard her drive away. Now this was the fourth time, and I was done pretending everything was normal. Something was wrong. Very wrong. I needed to find out what. The next morning, Melissa acted completely normal. She made coffee, kissed me goodbye, and went to work at her dental office like nothing had happened. I sat at the kitchen table drinking my coffee and thinking, should I confront her? Ask her directly where she'd been? But what if there was a reasonable explanation? What if I accused her of something and ruined our marriage over nothing? I decided to wait. Watch. Gather information before making accusations. That evening, we had dinner together. Pizza and a movie. She seemed relaxed. Happy. We laughed at the comedy we were watching. Cuddled on the couch. Everything felt normal. Perfect, even. At 11, we went to bed. Melissa fell asleep quickly. Or pretended to. I lay awake, watching her in the darkness. Waiting. At 1:30, she stirred. Slowly sat up. Looked at me. I kept my eyes closed. Breathing steady. Playing asleep. She got out of bed carefully. Grabbed clothes from the closet. Went to the bathroom. I heard the door close softly. Water running. A few minutes later, she came out dressed in jeans and a hoodie. Not the kind of outfit you wear for a casual drive. She grabbed her purse and phone. Tiptoed down the stairs. I waited until I heard the front door close. Then I jumped up and ran to the window. Watched her get in her car. Watched her drive away into the night. My heart was pounding. My mind was racing. Where was she going? Who was she meeting? I had to know. The next day, I called in sick to work. Told my boss I had the flu. Instead, I drove to an electronics store and bought something I never thought I'd need. A GPS tracker. The kind you stick on a car to monitor where it goes. The salesman showed me how it worked. Small magnetic device. Attaches under the car. Syncs to an app on your phone. Shows you exactly where the vehicle is at all times. Popular with parents tracking teenage drivers, he said with a smile. And suspicious spouses. I thought but didn't say. I drove home and attached the tracker under Melissa's car, hidden behind the rear wheel well. Impossible to see unless you were looking for it. Then I waited. That evening, Melissa came home from work in a great mood. How are you feeling? She asked. Any better? A little. I lied. Still pretty tired, though. Poor baby. Let me make you some soup. She was so caring, so attentive, the perfect wife, which made this whole situation even more confusing. If she was cheating on me, why was she being so nice? Why not just leave? We ate dinner together, watched another movie, went to bed at 10:30. I pretended to fall asleep immediately. Melissa lay beside me reading on her phone. At midnight, she set her phone down. At 12:30, she got up, same routine as before, dressed in the bathroom, grabbed her things, snuck out. I grabbed my phone the second I heard her car start, opened the tracking app, watched the little blue that represented her car move through our neighborhood, turn left on Main Street, head toward the highway. My hand was shaking as I watched. This was it. I was about to find out the truth. The blue moved fast, She was on the highway now, heading south, away from town, away from anything familiar. I sat on the edge of the bed, glued to my phone screen. 20 minutes passed. 30. Where was she going? Finally, the dust stopped moving. I zoomed in on the map. She was at a location about 40 miles from our house. Middle of nowhere. No businesses nearby according to the map. Just empty land. I took a screenshot. Saved the exact coordinates. Now I had to decide what to do. Should I drive there right now? Confront her? But what if I was wrong? What if there was an explanation? I decided to wait. Let her come home. See what excuse she gave this time. Melissa came home at 4:15 in the morning. I heard her car. Heard her come inside. Heard her undress in the bathroom. She slipped back into bed beside me. I kept pretending to sleep. The next morning, she looked exhausted. Dark circles under her eyes. Moving slowly. You okay? I asked over breakfast. Yeah, just didn't sleep well. Tossed and turned all night. Lie. She'd been gone for 4 hours. Driving to the middle of nowhere. Maybe you should see a doctor, I suggested. About the insomnia. Maybe. I'll think about it. She kissed me and left for work. The moment she was gone, I grabbed my laptop, pulled up the coordinates from last night, searched for what was at that location. Nothing came up. Just empty land, according to Google Maps. But the satellite view showed something. A small building. Maybe a house or cabin. Hard to tell from the image. What was she doing there? Who was she meeting? I spent the entire day obsessing over it. Couldn't focus on anything else. Finally, I made a decision. Tonight, if she left again, I'd follow her. I'd see for myself what was going on. I prepared carefully. Filled my gas tank. Made sure my phone was fully charged. Put on dark clothes. At 11 that night, we went to bed. Melissa fell asleep quickly. Or pretended to, like I'd been doing. At 1 in the morning, she got up. Same routine. Bathroom. Clothes. Purse. Phone. Out the door. The moment I heard her car start, I jumped up, threw on my jacket, grabbed my keys, ran to my car. I stayed far enough behind that she wouldn't notice my headlights. The tracking app helped. I could see where she was even when I couldn't see her car. She took the same route as before. Highway south, out of town, into the darkness. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it. What was I about to discover? An affair? Something worse? After 40 minutes, she exited the highway, turned onto a small country road. I followed at a distance. Headlights off now. Dangerous, but necessary. The road was dark and winding. Trees on both sides. No streetlights. Just my phone screen showing me where she was. Finally, I saw her taillights ahead. She was slowing down, turning into a driveway. I pulled over about a quarter-mile back, grabbed my phone, got out of my car quietly, started walking through the trees alongside the road, getting closer, trying to see what she was doing. I crept through the woods, branches scratching my face. My phone's dim light barely helped me see. Finally, I got close enough to see the building. It was an old cabin, run down, paint peeling, porch sagging. A single light glowed in the window. Melissa's car was parked out front. I crouched behind a tree and watched. Waited. The cabin door opened. Someone came out onto the porch. A man. Tall. Dark hair. I couldn't see his face in the shadows. Melissa walked up to him. They talked for a moment. Then they hugged. My stomach dropped. This was it. The affair. The betrayal. Everything I'd feared. But then something strange happened. They didn't kiss. Didn't act romantic. Instead, they went inside together. Businesslike. Professional almost. I moved closer, creeping around to the side of the cabin. Found a window. Carefully peeked inside. What I saw made no sense. The cabin was set up like an office. Desk. Computer. Filing cabinets. Stacks of papers everywhere. Melissa and the man were sitting at the desk, looking at documents, talking seriously. She was taking notes. This wasn't an affair. This was some kind of meeting. But what kind of meeting happens at 2 in the morning in a cabin in the middle of nowhere? I watched for 20 minutes. They reviewed papers. Melissa typed on the computer. The man made phone calls. It all looked very official, very serious. Finally, they stood up, shook hands. Melissa gathered her things. I scrambled back to my hiding spot behind the tree, watched her get in her car, watched her drive away. The man stayed at the cabin, light still on inside. I ran back to my car, started it, caught up with Melissa on the highway, followed her home, staying far back. She never knew I was there. We both arrived home within minutes of each other. I pulled up just as she was walking to the front door. She froze when she saw me. Tyler, what are you doing out here? I could ask you the same thing. I said, getting out of my car. Her face went pale. Don't lie to me. I followed you. I saw the cabin. I saw the man. I saw everything. She stood there frozen. Then her shoulders sagged. You weren't supposed to find out like this. Find out what? What's going on, Melissa? She looked around nervously. Not out here. Inside. Please. We went inside. Sat at the kitchen table. Melissa put her head in her hands. I'm so sorry. I wanted to tell you. I've wanted to tell you for months. But I couldn't. I signed an agreement. What kind of agreement? A non-disclosure agreement with the FBI. My brain stuttered. The FBI? What are you talking about? She looked up at me with tears in her eyes. I'm working with them. As an informant. Helping them build a case against someone at my dental office. I stared at her. You're serious. Completely serious. 6 months ago, I discovered that my boss, Dr. Pierce, was involved in insurance fraud. Massive fraud. Millions of dollars. He was billing for procedures that never happened. Keeping the money. And you went to the FBI? Yes. They recruited me to gather evidence. Documents. Recordings. Everything they need to prosecute him. I sat back, stunned. The man at the cabin? Agent Collins. My FBI handler. That's where we meet. Where I turn over evidence and get new instructions. I tried to process what she was saying. Why didn't you tell me? The NDA. I wasn't allowed to tell anyone. Not even you. Not until the case was complete. How long has this been going on? 6 months. Since I first discovered what Dr. Pierce was doing. And the nighttime meetings? Agent Collins works undercover. He can only meet at odd hours. Late at night, when no one will see us together. It all made sense now. The secrecy. The strange hours. The exhaustion. Why didn't you trust me? I asked. I do trust you. But the FBI was clear. No one could know. If word got out that I was informing, Dr. Pierce could destroy evidence. Or worse, come after me. Come after you? Is this dangerous? She nodded slowly. It could be. Dr. Pierce has connections. Bad people. If he found out I was helping the FBI, it could get ugly. I felt sick. My wife had been in danger for 6 months, and I hadn't known. Show me proof, I said. What? Proof. The NDA. Something official. I need to know you're telling the truth. She looked hurt. You don't believe me? I want to believe you. But this is crazy. Show me something concrete. Melissa pulled out her phone, scrolled through her messages, showed me text from a number listed as Agent Collins, official FBI language, case numbers, meeting times. Then she pulled up a scanned document, her signed NDA with the FBI. Dated 6 months ago. It was all real. She wasn't having an affair. She was helping take down a criminal. I'm so sorry I doubted you, I whispered. I thought you were cheating. Melissa took my hand. I don't blame you. I've been acting suspicious. Sneaking around. Lying about where I'm going. Of course you thought the worst. Why didn't the FBI give you protection? If this is so dangerous. They offered, but I said no. Didn't want to raise suspicion. If suddenly I had agents following me around, Dr. Pierce would know something was wrong. How much longer? Soon. Agent Collins says they're almost ready to move. Maybe 2 more weeks. Then they'll arrest Dr. Pierce, and I can finally stop living this double life. I pulled her into a hug. I'm so proud of you. And so sorry I followed you. Don't be sorry. You were protecting our marriage. That's what you should do. We sat there holding each other, relief flooding through me. She wasn't cheating. She was being a hero, but something still bothered me. What about the GPS tracker on your car? Melissa pulled back. You put a tracker on my car? Yeah, that's how I found the cabin. She laughed despite everything. You really went full detective mode, didn't you? I was desperate. I thought I was losing you. You're never losing me. This marriage is forever. Once this case is over, no more secrets. I promise. We went to bed that night actually sleeping beside each other. No pretending. No secrets. Just honesty. For the first time in weeks, I felt peace. But that peace wouldn't last long. Because what Melissa didn't know, what neither of us knew, was that Dr. Pierce had already figured out there was an informant, and he was getting close to discovering who it was. The next 2 days were normal. Melissa went to work. I went to work. We had dinner together, watched TV, did regular married couple things. No more sneaking out at night. Agent Collins had told her to lay low for a few days while they finalized the case. On Wednesday evening, Melissa came home looking shaken. What's wrong? I asked immediately. Dr. Pierce called a staff meeting today. Said there's been some irregularities in the billing. Said someone might be stealing from the practice. Does he suspect you? I don't know. He looked at everyone. But I felt like he looked at me longer than the others. Did you tell Agent Collins? Yes. He said to stay calm. Act normal. They're moving up the timeline. Planning to arrest Dr. Pierce tomorrow night. Tomorrow? That's fast. They don't want to risk it. If he's suspicious, he might start destroying evidence. That night, neither of us could sleep. We lay in bed staring at the ceiling. What if something goes wrong? I asked. It won't. The FBI knows what they're doing. But what if Dr. Pierce comes after you before they arrest him? He won't. He doesn't know it's me. But she sounded less certain than before. At 2 a.m, Melissa's phone buzzed. A text from Agent Collins. Need to meet. Now. Urgent. Melissa sat up. I have to go. I'm coming with you. Tyler, no. It's too dangerous. I don't care. I'm not letting you go alone. She looked at me, saw the determination in my face. Okay, but you stay in the car. Promise me. I promise. We got dressed quickly, drove through the dark streets, toward the highway, toward the cabin. Neither of us spoke. The tension was thick. We arrived at the cabin at 2:45. Agent Collins's car was already there. So it was another car I didn't recognize. Who's that? I asked. Probably another agent. Collins mentioned bringing backup. We parked. Melissa looked at me. Stay here. Lock the doors. If anything seems wrong, drive away and call 911. Melissa, promise me, Tyler. If something happens to me, you need to survive. Tell people what happened. Don't let Dr. Pierce get away with this. Nothing's going to happen to you. She kissed me hard, then got out of the car and walked to the cabin. I watched her knock, watched the door open, watched her go inside. Then I waited. 5 minutes passed. 10. Everything seemed fine. I started to relax. Then I heard shouting from inside the cabin. A man's voice. Angry. Loud. Then Melissa screaming. No! I jumped out of the car and ran toward the cabin. Forgot my promise. Forgot everything except getting to my wife. I burst through the door. What I saw made my blood run cold. Dr. Pierce was there, holding a gun, pointing it at Melissa and Agent Collins. Another man, bigger and meaner looking, stood by the door. He grabbed me the second I entered. Well, Dr. Pierce said, smiling coldly. The husband. How convenient. Now I have both of you. I struggled against the man, holding me. Let her go. She has nothing to do with this. Nothing to do with this? Dr. Pierce laughed. Your wife has been spying on me for 6 months, stealing my files, recording my conversations. She has everything to do with this. He turned to Agent Collins. And you, Fake FBI agent. Nice try. He's not fake, Melissa said, voice shaking. He showed me his credentials. His badge. Dr. Pierce laughed. Did he show you this? He threw a wallet at her feet. Melissa picked it up, opened it. Her face went white. Inside was a driver's license. The name on it wasn't Collins. It was something else entirely. Meet my cousin Marcus, Dr. Pierce said. Former cop. Got kicked off the force for corruption. Now he works for me. Running cons, finding informants. Gathering evidence against anyone who might rat me out. No, Melissa whispered. You've been working with him for 6 months. Giving him everything. Every piece of evidence you thought you were giving the FBI, you were actually giving it to me, so I could destroy it, cover my tracks. I felt sick. This whole time, Melissa thought she was helping the FBI. Instead, she'd been helping Dr. Pierce. The cabin, the late-night meetings, all of it was a setup. All of it, Dr. Pierce confirmed. Marcus played his role perfectly. Made you feel important, like you were making a difference. Meanwhile, you were telling me exactly what evidence existed against me, helping me clean up my operation. But the NDA, Melissa said desperately, the official documents. Fake. All fake. Surprisingly easy to forge when you know the right people. Marcus, the fake agent, spoke for the first time. You were so eager to be a hero, so easy to manipulate. All I had to do was show you a fake badge and you believed everything. Melissa started crying. What are you going to do with us? Dr. Pierce raised a gun. Well, I can't let you live. You know too much. Even if none of it will hold up in court, you're still a liability. Someone will find us, I said. Someone will know we came here. No one knows about this cabin except us. It's owned by a shell company. Untraceable. You'll disappear. Eventually, people will assume you ran away together. Left town. Started a new life. Tragic, really. I looked around desperately. We were trapped. Dr. Pierce had a gun. Marcus was blocking the door. There was no way out. I need to think about how to do this, Dr. Pierce said. Make it look like an accident. Or maybe a murder-suicide. Husband discovers wife's affair with a mysterious man. Kills them both, then himself. That could work. He was talking about killing us like it was a business decision. Calm. Calculated. Evil. Marcus. Tied him up. I need to make some calls. Figure out the cleanest way to handle this. Marcus pulled out zip ties. Started toward Melissa. That's when I made my move. I lunged at him, catching him off guard. We crashed into the desk. Paper scattered everywhere. Dr. Pierce turned the gun toward us. Stop. Melissa grabbed a lamp from the desk and smashed it over Dr. Pierce's head. He stumbled. The gun fired. The bullet hit the wall. Marcus punched me in the stomach. I went down hard, gasping for air. Everything happened in seconds. Chaos. Violence. Terror. Melissa ran for the door. Tyler, come on. I scrambled to my feet. Marcus grabbed my ankle. I kicked him in the face with my other foot. Broke free. Dr. Pierce was getting up. Blood running down his face from where the lamp had hit him. We ran. Out the door. Into the night. Behind us, Dr. Pierce was shouting. Marcus was chasing us. We reached our car. I fumbled with the keys. Dropped them. Tyler! Melissa screamed. Marcus was 20 feet away. Running fast. I found the keys. Unlocked the door. We jumped inside. I started the engine. Marcus reached the car. Grabbed the door handle. I hit the gas. The car lurched forward. Marcus fell back. We sped down the driveway. Onto the road. Away from the cabin. Away from Dr. Pierce and his fake FBI agent. I was shaking so badly I could barely drive. Melissa was sobbing beside me. We need to call the real police, I said, voice shaking. Now. Melissa pulled out her phone. Her hands were trembling. What do I say? That I've been working with a fake FBI agent for 6 months? They'll think I'm crazy. Tell them the truth about Dr. Pierce. The fraud. The threats, everything. She dialed 911. 911, what's your emergency? My husband and I were just held at gunpoint by my boss, Dr. Harold Pierce. He's involved in insurance fraud. He tried to kill us. Where are you now, ma'am? We're driving on Route 47, near mile marker 12. Are you still in danger? I don't know. He might be following us. I checked the rearview mirror. No headlights. Yet. Stay on the line. I'm dispatching officers to your location. Can you get somewhere safe? We're heading toward town, toward the police station. Good. Drive safely. Officers are on their way. We drove in terrified silence. Every pair of headlights behind us made my heart race. Was it Dr. Pierce? Was he coming after us? Finally, we saw the lights of town, the police station. We pulled into the parking lot just as 2 patrol cars arrived. Officers surrounded our car. Step out of the vehicle slowly. I raised my hands. Melissa did the same. We're the ones who called. We're not armed. Please, we need help. One officer approached carefully. Young guy. Looked skeptical. You reported being held at gunpoint? Yes, by Dr. Harold Pierce. At a cabin about 40 miles south of here. He's involved in insurance fraud. He's dangerous. Do you have any evidence of this? Melissa's face crumbled. No, he destroyed it. I thought I was working with the FBI, but it was all fake. He set me up. The officer looked at his partner. They clearly thought we were crazy. Why don't you folks come inside? We'll take your statement. Sort this all out. We spent 3 hours at the police station, telling our story, explaining everything. The late-night meetings, the fake FBI agent, the cabin, the threats. The more we talked, the less believable it sounded. I could see the doubt in the officers' faces. So you've been meeting with this man for 6 months, the detective interviewing us said, giving him information about your boss. And you only just discovered tonight that he wasn't actually FBI. Yes, Melissa said miserably. I know how it sounds, but it's true. Did this fake agent ever show you credentials? Yes, a badge, an ID card. They looked real. Did you verify them? Call the FBI to confirm? No, I thought I was supposed to keep it secret. He said the operation was classified. The detective sighed. Ma'am, the FBI doesn't run operations like that. They would never recruit a civilian informant without proper oversight, without protection, without verification. I know that now, Melissa said, tears streaming down her face. I was stupid. I wanted to help. I wanted to do the right thing. He took advantage of that. Do you have any physical evidence? Text from this Agent Collins? The NDA you signed? Melissa checked her phone. Her face went pale. The messages are gone. All of them. Deleted. Remotely deleted? Must have been. They were there earlier tonight. Now they're all gone. The detective looked at me. And you, Mr. Hayes. Did you see the gun? Can you identify Dr. Pierce? Yes. I saw everything. He threatened to kill us. Make it look like a murder-suicide. The detective made notes. Okay, we'll send officers to check out this cabin. Get your statement on record. In the meantime, I suggest you both go home. Lock your doors. Don't go anywhere alone. That's it. I asked, aren't you going to arrest Dr. Pierce? On what evidence? Your word against his? We need more than that. But he tried to kill us. You say he did. But without evidence, without witnesses, it's just an accusation. We'll investigate. But these things take time. We left the police station feeling defeated, scared, alone, drove home in silence. The sun was coming up. Neither of us had slept. At home, we locked every door, every window, checked them twice, sat on the couch holding each other. What do we do now? Melissa whispered. We can't just wait for them to come after us again. We need real evidence. Something concrete that proves Dr. Pierce's fraud. How? He's destroyed everything I gave to fake Agent Collins. I thought hard. Did you make any copies? Keep anything for yourself? No. I thought I was giving it all to the FBI. I didn't think I needed copies. Then I remembered something. The GPS tracker. It's still on your car. It recorded every trip you made to that cabin. Dates, times, everything. How does that help? It proves you were going there. Creates a pattern. And if we can prove Marcus was there too, matching your visits, it shows coordination. But that doesn't prove Dr. Pierce did anything illegal. No, but it's a start. We need to find the real FBI. Tell them what's happening. Let them investigate properly. Melissa nodded slowly. Okay, how do we contact them? The field office downtown. We go there in person. No more secret meetings. No more hidden cabins. We do this the right way. That afternoon, we drove to the FBI field office, walked into the front door, told the receptionist we needed to speak with someone about insurance fraud and attempted murder. They made us wait for 2 hours. Finally, a real agent appeared. Special Agent Torres. Mid-40s. Serious face. Professional demeanor. We told him everything. The whole story. He listened without interrupting. When we finished, he asked detailed questions. Dates, names, locations, everything. This is serious, he said finally. Insurance fraud on this scale, if true, is a federal crime, and impersonating a federal agent is also a felony. So you'll investigate? I asked, yes, but I need to be honest with you. Without physical evidence, this will be difficult. Dr. Pierce has clearly been careful. Destroying evidence, using intermediaries. What about the cabin? Melissa asked. We could go there, show you where everything happened. Officers already checked it out. According to their report, the cabin was empty, completely cleaned out. No furniture, no computers, no papers, nothing. My heart sank. He moved everything, covered his tracks. That's what it looks like. Agent Torres confirmed. But that doesn't mean we're giving up. I'm going to open an investigation. We'll look into Dr. Pierce's financial records, his dental practice, everything, but it'll take time. What about our safety? Melissa asked. He threatened to kill us. I'll request local police increase patrols near your home. But unless he makes a direct threat or attempt, there's not much more we can do legally. So we're just supposed to wait? Live in fear? I know it's not ideal. But right now, you need to be smart. Don't go anywhere alone. Vary your routines. Install security cameras. Make it harder for him to target you. We left the FBI office feeling slightly better. At least someone was investigating. At least we'd done the right thing this time. Over the next week, life was tense. I barely slept. Every noise made me jump. Every car that drove past our house made me peek through the curtains. Melissa stopped going to work. Called in sick indefinitely. She couldn't face Dr. Pierce. Couldn't pretend everything was normal. We installed security cameras around the house. Front door, back door, driveway, all connected to our phones. If anyone approached, we'd know immediately. Agent Torres called with updates every few days. We're building a case, he'd say. Following the money. It's slow, but we're making progress. Meanwhile, Dr. Pierce acted like nothing had happened. According to Melissa's co-workers who called to check on her, he told everyone she'd taken emergency family leave, was dealing with personal issues. He was smooth, calculating, covering his bases. One evening, my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. Hello? Tyler Hayes? A woman's voice asked. Yes. Who is this? My name is Amanda Wu. I'm a reporter for the Chronicle. I'm investigating Dr. Harold Pierce and his dental practice. I heard you and your wife might have information. My pulse quickened. How did you get my number? I have sources. Look, I know you went to the FBI. I know about the cabin. I want to help tell your story. I don't know if that's a good idea. Dr. Pierce is dangerous. The more public attention on him, the harder it is for him to operate. The harder it is for him to come after you. Publicity is protection. I thought about it. She had a point. I need to talk to my wife. Of course. Here's my number. Call me anytime. I want to help. I told Melissa about the call. A reporter? Are you serious? She said publicity would protect us. Melissa was skeptical, or it could make things worse. Paint targets on our backs. Dr. Pierce already wants us dead. How much worse can it get? She considered that. What kind of story would this reporter write? I don't know, but maybe we should find out. We called Amanda Wu back. Met her at a coffee shop the next day. She was younger than I expected, maybe 30. Sharp eyes. Recording device on the table between us. Thank you for meeting me, she said. I know this is difficult. How did you even hear about this? I asked. I've been investigating Dr. Pierce for months. Following reports of insurance fraud, your names came up in my research. What kind of research? Public records, court filings, police reports. Your 911 call created a record. Your FBI report created another. I connected the dots. She pulled out a folder. Inside were documents I'd never seen. Financial records, bank statements, insurance claims. Where did you get these? Melissa asked. Sources. People who've worked for Dr. Pierce. People he screwed over. People willing to talk off the record. This is evidence. I said, looking through the papers. Real evidence. It's a start, but I need your story. Your first-hand account of what happened. The fake FBI agent. The threats. Everything. That's what makes this real. What makes people care. We told her everything. She recorded it all. Asked detailed questions. Took notes. This is bigger than I thought, she said when we finished. This isn't just insurance fraud. This is conspiracy. Witness intimidation. Attempted murder. When will the story run? I need to verify everything. Confirm details. Probably next week. What if Dr. Pierce comes after us before then? He won't. He's smart. Right now, you're just two people making accusations. No proof. But once my story runs with evidence, everything changes. The FBI will have to act. The state medical board will investigate. His entire operation crumbles. Amanda's story ran on Sunday morning. Front page. Local dentist accused of massive insurance fraud, witness intimidation. The article was devastating. It laid out everything. Dr. Pierce's fraudulent billing practices. The millions of dollars he'd stolen. His use of a fake FBI agent to manipulate informants. Our story was there too. Named sources. First-hand accounts. Everything. Within hours. The story went viral. Social media exploded. Other victims came forward. Former employees. Former patients. People who'd suspected something was wrong, but hadn't spoken up. The state medical board suspended Dr. Pierce's license pending investigation. His dental practice was shut down. Federal investigators raided his office and home. By Monday afternoon, Dr. Pierce was arrested, charged with insurance fraud, conspiracy, witness intimidation, and attempted murder. Marcus, the fake FBI agent, was arrested too. Both were denied bail. Considered flight risks. We watched the news coverage from our living room. Saw Dr. Pierce being led away in handcuffs. It's really over, Melissa whispered. He can't hurt us anymore. I held her close. You did this. You stood up to him. You told the truth. We did this. Together. Agent Torres called that evening. Congratulations. Your testimony was crucial. We have enough evidence now to put Dr. Pierce away for decades. What happens next? Trial. Probably in 6 months. You'll both need to testify. But with all the evidence we've gathered, plus the other victims coming forward, this is a solid case. He's go away for a long time. And Marcus, him too, impersonating a federal agent, conspiracy, assault. He's looking at serious prison time. That night, Melissa and I actually slept, really slept. For the first time in weeks, we felt safe. The next morning, my phone rang. Amanda Wu again. Have you seen the news? Yeah, it's everywhere. There's more. 3 other dental practices in the state are under investigation now. Your story opened the floodgates. This is bigger than anyone realized. How big? Potentially hundreds of millions in fraud. Multiple doctors. A whole network. Dr. Pierce wasn't working alone. So there are more people like him out there? Were. Past tense. Law enforcement is moving fast. Making arrests. Shutting down operations. You and Melissa stopped something massive. We hadn't meant to. We'd just been trying to survive. Trying to do the right thing. But somehow, we'd exposed an entire criminal network. Over the next few months, life slowly returned to normal. Melissa found a new job at a different dental office. One with honest management and proper oversight. I went back to work. We started sleeping through the night again. The trial preparation was intense. Lawyers, depositions, witness prep. We had to relive everything. Tell the story over and over. But knowing it would put Dr. Pierce away made it worth it. Amanda Wu's article won a journalism award. She thanked us in her acceptance speech. Called us heroes. We watched it online. Heroes? Melissa laughed. We were just trying not to get killed. Maybe that's what heroes are, I said. Regular people who refuse to give up. The trial lasted 3 weeks. The prosecution presented mountains of evidence. Financial records. Testimonies from victims. Our story about the fake FBI agent and the cabin. Dr. Pierce's lawyers tried to claim he was being framed. That Marcus had acted alone. That Pierce knew nothing about the fake FBI operation. But the evidence was overwhelming. The jury deliberated for 6 hours. Guilty on all counts. Dr. Pierce was sentenced to 25 years in federal prison. Marcus got 15 years. We sat in the courtroom as the sentences were read. Watched Dr. Pierce's face as his life ended. He looked at us once. Pure hatred in his eyes. But also defeat. He'd lost. We'd won. Outside the courthouse, reporters surrounded us. Cameras flashing. Microphones thrust in our faces. How do you feel? Relieved, Melissa said. Justice was served. Do you have any advice for others in similar situations? I thought about it. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, investigate. And never give up, even when it seems hopeless. What's next for you both? We're going to go home, Melissa said, taking my hand. Live our lives. Be normal again. And that's what we did. 6 months after the trial, life was good. Better than good. Melissa loved her new job. Her new boss was kind and honest. Everything Dr. Pierce hadn't been. I got a promotion at work. Better pay. Better hours. More time with Melissa. We bought a dog. A golden retriever named Justice. Melissa's idea. Because that's what we fought for, she said. We took Justice on long walks every evening. Talked about the future. About maybe having kids someday. About all the normal things normal couples talk about. One evening, we got a letter in the mail. From the FBI. Inside was a check. $50,000. Reward money for exposing the insurance fraud network. We can't accept this, Melissa said. We didn't do it for money. Maybe not, but we earned it. We risked our lives. Lost months of sleep. Nearly died. We deserve this. She looked at the check. What should we do with it? Whatever you want. Save it. Donate it. Buy something crazy. It's our choice. We decided to use half for a down payment on a house. Something bigger. With a yard for justice. A place to build our future. The other half we donated to a victims advocacy group. People who help others navigate fraud cases and legal battles. Amanda Wu wrote a follow-up article about us. The couple who took down a criminal empire. The headline made us laugh. Empire is a bit much, I said. We just wanted to survive. You did more than survive, Amanda said when we talked to her. You inspired people. Showed them that regular people can fight back against corruption. We had help, Melissa reminded her. You, Agent Torres, the FBI. We couldn't have done it alone. But you started it. You had the courage to speak up. That's what matters. A year after everything ended, we hosted a barbecue at our new house. Invited everyone who'd helped us. Agent Torres came. So did Amanda Wu. Some of Melissa's new co-workers. My work friends. Jackson. who'd been supportive through everything. Casey and Emma, even the detective from the police station who'd initially doubted our story. "I owe you an apology," he said. "When you first came in that night, I thought you were exaggerating, making things up. I'm sorry I didn't take you seriously." "You were doing your job," I said, being skeptical. "I get it. Still, I should have trusted you, should have acted faster." Everything worked out in the end. That's what matters. We stood around the grill, eating burgers and telling stories, laughing, relaxing, normal. Justice ran around the yard, playing with Emma, who was now 14. "This is nice," Melissa said, leaning against me. "This is what life should be. No more secret cabins?" I joked. "No more fake FBI agents?" "God, no. Never again. From now on, the only secrets I'm keeping are surprise birthday parties." "Deal." Agent Torres approached us. "I wanted to tell you something. The investigation you started led to 47 arrests across 6 states. Almost $400 million in fraudulent claims recovered. You changed people's lives. We just wanted to stop one bad guy." Melissa said, "You stopped dozens and saved countless patients from being victimized in the future. That matters." He raised his beer. "To Tyler and Melissa, the bravest informants I've ever worked with." Everyone raised their drinks. To Tyler and Melissa, we clinked bottles. Melissa's eyes were wet. "Thank you, all of you, for believing us, for helping us, for saving our lives." "You save your own lives," Amanda said. "We just documented it." That night, after everyone left, Melissa and I sat on our back porch, Justice sleeping at our feet, stars overhead. Peaceful, perfect. "Do you ever think about that night?" Melissa asked. "When you followed me to the cabin?" "Sometimes. I was so scared. Thought I was going to find you with another man. And instead, you found me try to take down a criminal. Not quite what you expected. Not at all." I laughed. "But I'm glad I followed you. If I hadn't, we might not have discovered the truth. Might not have survived. Do you regret putting the tracker on my car?" "No. It saved our lives. Led us to the truth. Sometimes you have to trust your instincts, even if it feels wrong." She squeezed my hand. "I'm sorry I made you worry. Sorry for all the sneaking around. You were trying to do the right thing. I understand that now. But next time you decide to fight crime, maybe give me a heads up." "Next time?" "There's not going to be a next time. I'm done with all that. From now on, the most exciting thing in my life is going to be flossing techniques and cavity prevention." "Sounds perfect to me." We sat in comfortable silence. Then Melissa said, "You know what I realized? Through all of this, we got stronger. Our marriage, our trust, everything." "Yeah, we did. Most couples would have fallen apart, but we fought together, survived together, because we're a team. Always have been, always will be." Justice stirred, looked up at us with sleepy eyes. "Even Justice agrees," Melissa said, scratching his ears. We went inside, locked the doors. Not out of fear anymore, just routine, normal life, normal routines, normal marriage. Everything we'd fought so hard to protect. 2 years later, everything had changed and nothing had changed. Changed because we'd been through something most couples never experience. We'd faced danger, exposed criminals, testified in court, become minor celebrities in certain circles. Amanda's article was turned into a documentary. We were interviewed. Our story was told to millions. But nothing had changed because we were still just Tyler and Melissa, husband and wife, best friends, partners in everything. Melissa was pregnant now, 6 months along. A girl. We were going to name her Hope. Because after everything we went through, Melissa said, hope is what got us through. Hope that the truth would come out. Hope that justice would prevail. Hope that we'd survive. I put my hand on her belly, felt our daughter kick. She's going to hear some crazy stories when she's older. Think we should tell her? Eventually, when she's old enough to understand, we'll teach her that standing up for what's right isn't always easy. but it's always worth it. And that marriage means fighting together, not against each other. Exactly. One evening, I found an old photo on my phone from the night I'd first followed Melissa to the cabin, taken from behind the trees. Blurry, dark, you could barely see the cabin. Look at this, I showed Melissa. That was the scariest night of my life. She looked at the photo. Mine too, but also the night that changed everything. No regrets. None. Well, maybe one. What? I regret not telling you sooner. If I'd just been honest in the start, we could have avoided so much pain. But then we might not have caught Dr. Pierce. Might not have exposed the whole network. Everything happened the way it needed to. She nodded. I guess you're right. Sometimes the hard path is the right path. We deleted the photo. Didn't need it anymore. Didn't need reminders of that night. The memories were enough. Our daughter arrived 3 months later. Perfect. Healthy. Beautiful. Melissa held her in the hospital, tears streaming down her face. She's here. Our hope. I kissed them both. My family. My everything. We did it. We survived everything and came out better. We did more than survive, Melissa said. We won. And we had. Not just against Dr. Pierce. Not just in court. We'd won in life. We'd protected our marriage. Built a family. Created a future worth living. The sneaking out at night was long behind us. The fear. The danger. The uncertainty. Now there were only late nights with a crying baby. Diaper changes. Feedings. Normal, beautiful, exhausting parenthood. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. Because I'd learned something through everything we'd been through. Marriage isn't about perfection. It's about trust. About fighting together when things get hard. About refusing to give up on each other, even when everything seems hopeless. Melissa had tried to be a hero, had gotten manipulated by criminals, had put us both in danger. But she'd also shown incredible courage, had stood up to evil, had refused to back down even when it nearly cost her life. And I'd trusted my instincts, had followed her into the darkness, had fought beside her when it mattered most. Together, we'd exposed a criminal empire, saved countless victims, brought justice to people who'd been hurt. But more importantly, we'd saved our marriage, strengthened it, proved that real love means standing together no matter what. As I held my daughter, looking at my wife, I realized something. That night when I discovered Melissa sneaking out, I'd thought my world was ending. Instead, it was just beginning. The real story wasn't about the fraud or the criminals or the trials. The real story was about two people who refused to let anything destroy what they'd built together. And that story had a happy ending.